Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me in this Horizon project update session. It's glad to know that it's interesting for so many people. Okay, let's go. So, if you maybe don't know, Horizon provides web UI for OpenStack services. Out of the box, Horizon provides web UI for Cinder, Horizon, Cinder, Keystone, Glance, and Neutron, and of course Nova projects. During the Stein cycle, we've got a lot of contributors from 25 companies. We've got 3,050 commits. And we've got about 30 plugins for different OpenStack services. We've got separate plugins for Manaska, Manila, Sahara, Ironic, Vitrush, and Neutron, VPS as a service, VPN as a service, and so on. During Stein release, we implemented Cinder generic groups admin panels. For now, this feature of Cinder is fully supported by Horizon, so you can create generic groups, you can create generic groups types as admin. We added upgrade check command, so if you're an operator, you can use this command to check if your configuration is up to date and nothing is deprecated or removed in next release. It's really useful command to run this check before cloud upgrade and make some configuration changes if needed. Now previously we supported only OpenSC files both for Keystone V2 and V3 APIs. For now we support only Keystone V3 API, and you can create custom plugins for Cloud YAML and OpenSC files. There's some security improvements in Horizon 2. It's optional. You can enable or disable it in local settings. There are some features I would like to highlight to you. Nova support instance SQ. We improved networking panels with router creation functionality both for admin and users. And we implemented airbag policies panel for network group in the admin page. As I mentioned above, custom templates. Now Horizon supports community images for Glance. It's feature implemented in Glance a few releases ago, and now you can create not only public or private images, but community images as well. Unfortunately, to implement all new features, we had to introduce some new config options. Personally, I don't like a lot of config options, but sometimes we had to do it. All config options are available in our documentation, so you can check the Horizon documentation and find all new config options existing one. Also, all new config options are mentioned in the release notes. During Stein release, we changed our service API support. You can find them on our documentation. So for now, Horizon supports current release and N-1. So Horizon Stein release should work pretty good with Rocky release of OpenStack. It's important if you got some old release like Rocky and would like to have new features implemented in Horizon because Unfortunately, Horizon has some feature gaps, and we implement feature not as fast as backend projects do. Finally, we created integration tests, not created, but we enabled integration tests for Horizon itself, and we introduced integration tests framework for Horizon plugins too. It's very useful for operators and cloud users to know if this plugin works with current version of Horizon. For now, we've got few plugins with full CI, but we are going to extend the CI for other plugins as well. So, what are we going to do next in Train? We are going to introduce CI for plugins, as I mentioned. So it will allow us to add more documentation to Horizon, and we will mention which plugins are tested or not. So if you are going to install Horizon with some plugins, you will be able to check from the plugins registry page if it's tested or not. Because, as you may know, if something is not tested, probably it could be broken. For now, we support Django 1.8, oh, I'm sorry, 1.11 is the latest LTS release at the moment, but Django 2.2 LTS will be released really soon, and we are going to support it on Train. We support Django 2.0 now. It's some kind of experimental support, but all our gates test Horizon with Django 2.0, and everything should work. But as community, we want to support only LTS versions to give ability for vendors and package maintainers to provide more stable, more long-term support for Horizon itself and all libraries we used. It's important for security fixes, bug fixes for Django. We are working on ini-based configuration for Horizon finally. So it will be like any other OpenStack project do, using Oslo config, so on. I think it will be awesome improvement for any DevOps engineer and cloud operators who doesn't know Python well and Django configuration files, but would like to change Horizon config as needed. Also, as always, we are working on feature gaps, and we are trying to implement all feature in main project we supported, but it's not impossible for our small team, so any contribution is welcome. And each release we implement some feature like generic groups or community image to fix our feature gap with main projects we support. And we need your help. If you're not a developer, but you're a user of Horizon or you're operator of cloud, it's extremely important to get your feedback for us, so we'll know what feature you're interested in, what works good, what does not. So any feedback with user experience, some slow performance or feature request, please file a box in Launchpad or ask us in RSC via emails. It's really important for us to know what should we do as a first thing. If you're a developer, you could contribute both in Python part or JavaScript part. I will cover all these things tomorrow on the project onboarding session, so you're welcome. And of course, you can help us to improve our documentation by contributing to OpenStack Horizon documentation. So, how to use? We use OpenStack Discuss mailing list as any other OpenStack project do. Please use Horizon in the tag in the mail title so we can find it and not lose. We are active enough in OpenStack Horizon IC channel. We have an active course in a lot of in US time zone, European time zone, and Asia time zone. So almost any time you have a question, you can find an answer there. We've got regular weekly meetings at 15 p.m. UTC, or you can reach us via emails directly. Our onboard session will be tomorrow at 9:50. It's some quick start guide, how to start contribution. If you're interested in it, please join me tomorrow. And you can find all slides and for this session and onboarding session for tomorrow via this link. Onboarding session we will share it tomorrow morning. Also, this link contains a link to the PTG, which we'll have on Thursday morning. So you've got some feedback from developer perspective, or you want to discuss anything with us personally, you can do it right after the session or on Thursday during the PTG. Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Thank you for joining.